So look at the amount of effort that it takes for Olympians to try to win, I don't know, the 100-meter dash or something like that. Like, they're training and thinking about the 100-meter dash day and night to win the Olympics. They're thinking about how they're going to form their diet. They're thinking about their sleep and how they're going to sleep, because they're thinking, if I sleep just right, then I'll get just the right energy. And then if I eat my food just the right time and the right number of calories, I can get the maximum amount of energy. And everything gets revolved around winning that 100-meter dash. I mean, it's an immense effort. If you've ever talked to an Olympian, ask them. And you'll see like the capability of intensity, of focus of an Olympian. That's another example of what you must have in order to find the divine. Because the rest of the world is searching for worldly things, material things. Whereas you are after discovering infinite consciousness. You have to go against all the tendencies that are saying, I'm inside this body and I'm here and I'm small and I'm weak. You have to go through against all of that. That's hard stuff. And it's hard just because we built those identities not just over the course of one lifetime, but for eons. So now when you have a chance to actually blow through some of those identities to get closer to the divine, clearly if you came to a gathering like this, you are interested, at least somewhat, in finding out your true self, then make it worthwhile. Like, start shifting your life to break out of the dream of your own mind. Make that as your priority first, rather than all the worldly achievements. I mean, I'm going to give like a seemingly kind of silly example, but there could be a person who's driving, on a road long way, and suddenly their car breaks down, and they could either sit in their car and, be sort of all concerned, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to my car? How much is this going to cost? Is anyone going to come to help me and all this? And then dialing 911 and help, or whatever it is. Or you could sit and say, okay, the car is broken down. Oh, great. This is a deserted road. Looks like I have a great time to meditate here in silence while I wait for the tow truck to come to pick up my car. And then you sit in your car, Om, Om, Om. Suddenly someone knocks on your window. It's like the tow truck guy. You're already here? Like an hour passed and you were chanting Om, and you didn't even realize that the time passed. Like, that's a very good example of a spiritual person who doesn't care to worry about silly things like that. They just see, thank you, my Lord. Let me get a chance to go deep within and commune with my own self, which is a Om, which is the sound of the entire cosmos. It's what the whole creation, if you get so absorbed into Om in your meditation, then you find out that everything, every atom is actually vibrating with Om. That everything is made of Om. People, they call it what's the universe made of? What's the smallest particle? Must be the God particle, because they go from electrons to neutrons, protons, or whatever. Electrons are smaller, and then they go into quantum particles and things like that, and then they get to the God particle, and then it's like, we go beyond that. What creates that? Om. Om is the source of everything. So you just sit and you go into the source of everything. And then it doesn't matter whether the tow truck company comes or not. It really doesn't. Because you're so gone in your meditation, right? Whereas a normal person will worry the entire time, right? And think about the entire time worrying about, when the tow truck person is going to come. That's the consciousness then you create. That's why we end up in a sea of suffering in our mind, because we're more interested in the worry than the Om.